Oh, praises. Campbell. Mbote. Away Luciemi. Campbell Tekeno. Yenge. All praises to Tata nZambi and Pungu Father. We come once again with another teaching today about some stuff that I want to talk about regarding the times and seasons that we're in. We thank the Most High, Tata nZambi, Pungu Father, for what he is revealing to those that he has chosen and those that he's exposing that he never sent. We thank the Most High for what he's doing. Today's message is going to really hit home. Unfortunately, we've had a sad incident in our family. We lost. And so we're indeed grieving the loss of a family member. And I ask that Tata nZambi will get us through that time because it's never good to see loss, but at the same time, it's, many people have interpreted loss and things a different way according to what they think they believe. I'm going to break it down as far as Bantu people, Congo people, that some other people may have actually discussed this in the past, but I'm going to go a little bit deeper about how you are seen by Tata nZambi, by the creator of heavens and earth, that the Christian world is very much dumbed down about. The Islamic world is not quite on board with it, and Judaism is well aware of it, but they hide the truth. So we're going to talk about certain things. So before I get started, I'm going to, once again, the music I play and the stuff that I have is not under my copyright. I do not have the rights, or I do not own it. This is only primarily for this channel and for the righteous path and to do the righteous ways of the Most High, always to work harder to become one people again. Ingita. It's very much, the rise is here, people. And Simba Wayuda is not playing games. King Kongo is not playing games. There's been a lot of stuff happening. And the world will now see who we are, what's going to happen, who's going to be involved in it, because many changes are coming. All praises. There's a reason why I told you, never let anybody separate you from the real truth. Never let anybody deceive you about who Yesuwe was or is and continues to be. Never let anybody fool you about who we are supposed to become. The world has been deceived by Cain for so long, they can't even tell the difference. And we're going to get into it. Cain can come in any race, any form, any color, any gender, and he can even be both genders because he's the one behind all that mess. Because that was never the intentions of the Most High, King Kongo, Tata nZambi, and Pungu. We are all supposed to be male, female. The creation is like that. And the world has been deceived. And we're going to talk about the rise of nZimba. nZimba is the name given to Yakubi when he grabbed the heel of Esau because he held tight. And the lion was called, and the savior of the people was called nZimba Wayuda because he came from the tribe of Yaounde, Judah. And he's going to continue to roar and expose the imposter lion, Cain, Esau, Nimrod, the deceiver, Baal. Because the false Messiah is Baal, the real Messiah is King Kongo. Kosana Kongo, the manna Tata nZambi and Pungu, and we were all supposed to be manna nZambi. Like the Maliki Makongo, the angels of the Most High that wear the crowns. not the halos. And we're going to expose some more today. Ingeta. All praises, Monakumbase, Mana, Mana Velada Misali Seto, Kembo Hallelujah, the Tata nZambi and Pungu Father. Tata nZambi Pungu Father, we come humbly once again before your throne to ask for the revelation of the Mwanda to come down. The Mwanda Velada, the Moyan Peve, the set apart spirit of King Kongo that created the heavens and the earth, that is responsible for all things here that you have sent, that you did with your creation, with your hands, with the Maliki Kongo, and you have been fighting against those who said they are no longer yours, but became the bastards of Shaitani. The Tata nZambi, you will always win over those who are continuously trying to defeat you. Nakombe Bene Yabe Congo, we honor Kuso Congo from the use of the Mwanda Velala, honor the people of the Pemba Kalunga, Yenge, of all of the righteous of the Pemba Kalunga. We honor all of you, the 24 elders, the Nkuluntu of the Mwana nZambi, and all of us who continue to fight for you in this time. Anakumbase, Mana Vela Musadi Seto. All praises. You know, one of the things that we did, and the world doesn't remember this, is on the Samwadi, which was the Sabbath day, we would come together and we would begin with the songs. Why no, that was not. And, you know, we had the Wizado, which was the covenant in our hearts. I'm going to take you to Lamilia, Jeremiah. But first, I'm going to explain to you what is happening now, okay? The distractions that they have created for this world are so big that, and the stories that they're coming up with are so large that the world doesn't even know the difference. The confusion is so grand. The memory losses, that they have done so many things to people to make you believe into that Cain is the God of this earth, or that the devil doesn't exist, or that you think you have the right Messiah, you have the right truth. It's sad. You know, people keep talking about aliens and they keep talking about all these different things. And what they don't understand is that the spiritual world and the carnal world are not the same. So when we say people are not the same, people are looking at the fact that, yes, humanity may have come from a specific origin. But when they say we are not the same, it's a spiritual context, not a physical. You may look like a human being, you may act and talk like a human being, you may walk around like a person in different languages and different cultures, and you walk around and you do different things, but the spiritual problem is the issue, because the real creator's people were never to do anything in the spirit of Lucifer, ever. That was their whole intent from the beginning. The problem is that in the masquerade, as the scriptures speak about, they have taken the truth of the Most High and done exactly what the Bible even said it would happen, but they're teaching it backwards. They're making it look like they're doing it right when they're doing it wrong. When the scripture says that they will go after, their itchy ears will go after fables, okay? It talks about how there's going to be false prophets, false messiahs, false deities. But the reality is, if you have more questions than answers, it means that you're not talking to the real creator. See, people don't understand is they have been programmed to say things. Like, for example, the reason why the Roman Church and the Church of England changed the Jesus to Jesus is because when the Bantu people were taken into captivity, the Bakongo, we knew who Jesus Christos was. We knew Jesus Christos was the pig god that the Romans were worshiping when we ran away from them. The Mwanda Velala revealed this to us when they came to Congo, that they were worshiping Tammuz, okay? They had to basically, we were already saying in Fumu Yisu Klistu. They lied about this in the history, okay? The Bakongo people, the nZambi, the Bena Isolele, never were the heathens, but they lied about it. We were running from the Khazars already. We were running from Rome's infiltration because see, people don't understand. There's only 7 churches. There always were 7 churches. It stayed that way. It doesn't matter the denominations of every church. For example, Westernized Christianity, or what they call the protest, is a section of the Church of Laodicea. Rome is part of the Church of Laodicea, and the Christian world that you now see today is a part of the Church of Laodicea. The Church of Laodicea is compromised. That whole church, okay? All the other churches in Revelation, they are all compromised. They make up the Eastern Orthodox Church. This is where Christianity is clueless about their own belief. The so-called Baptist, Lutheran, Mormon, Seventh-day Adventists, United Methodists, all the AME churches, even the evangelical Christians or whatever, their assemblies are all part of the Church of Laodicea, which is what Rome is a portion of too. Rome is the Church of Laodicea. Okay, the other like the Antioch Church and the Eastern Orthodox churches, they are the Church of Sardis, the Church of then we go down to 7 assemblies. They are the Coptic Christians and all that. They are the other 6 churches. What they don't understand is all those 7 churches are supposed to be one, teaching the real truth. The problem is they let Cain mess it up. Cain came in the form of Simon the sorcerer. That's why he was scolding the churches when he said, hey, what's going on here? Why are he's talking to the Maliki, the angels. He says, why are these churches acting the way they're acting? But he already knew what was going on because the Most High couldn't reveal these things. But he was trying to show them, you are going the way of Cain. Because see, this is what they have erased out of the scriptures. They're not teaching, the Bible that you have been given is incomplete because they didn't want you to know who the false Messiah is. That's why they keep giving you, oh, Hitler and these people are false messiahs and this is the Antichrist. The anti-Messiah is Cain, okay? The real Messiah is King Kongo and the anti-Messiah is Cain. But the world's not supposed to know that. So anybody who teaches this, you are always going to be the enemy of the world. Okay? So the secret societies, okay, first of all, the Freemasons and the Knights and the Eastern Stars, most of them don't even know that there's a hierarchy above them. They just get into this thing because they're teaching them, well, this is how you can make money, this is how you can have a good life, and this and this and that, and things will go easy for you. But they don't understand, and you're still worshiping whatever religion you want to believe, but they don't understand you're taking an oath to Cain. The whole hierarchy of what they are doing in the secret society world is Cain masquerading as King Kongo. Okay? So now, Cain hates the Most High because of what happened to him. We talked about that in the legend of Dayunde. So one of the things we would come together, we would sing. And we had a song, and I'm going to play it, and I don't own the rights to it. It was the Wizardo. And then, of course, I played the other song. We would always sing, Tonda Tonda di Zulu. Okay, we would sing these songs. before we would begin our process of singing, of coming together as Abantuwe to get the revelation from the Mwanda as to how we were supposed to operate for the week. And who are we supposed to go talk to, and who are we supposed to do, and what we're supposed to do as our job. Okay, this is how the kingdom of Congo was actually set up after we were running for those 15 some odd 100 years. We were in our sparse groups. We still had our kings and everything. See, because what they have lied to what has happened in the Gentiles, what they have been lied about is they think that the original 12 tribes stopped having a lineage of King David. That just because Jesus Christ came, that all of a sudden now there's no more kings, that there's no more queens. That, oh yeah, the whole lineage of David doesn't, he is the only King of Kings. The problem is that's not what happened. Okay, the Messiah still put up he put up people of the lineage of Davidi as overseers. Okay, that would represent him and the Most High here on earth, that would continue the lineage, because he, like he said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Okay, we know Israel is not what the Most High call your Kubi Jacob, but you know, it is what it is. And so what people don't understand is that you know, this is what it's going. So I hope you're wiki Tulah. Once again, I honor all of you doing the Most High's work and are scattered. I'm gonna get into this song that we've heard some people who have taught this song. We thank our elder, you know, Pastor Miller brought this song into light. And they would never, a lot of our songs we used to sing, they made us stop singing it because they knew when we sang these songs, the Holy Spirit would power us up. They don't teach these songs to the Christians at all because we are in their assemblies. And if we start singing these songs with them, we will change. They will see a different black person like, whoa, they will see a different Bantu, like, whoa, wait a minute, what? I'm gonna show you how that's gonna unlock you. So there's certain songs that the churches are never allowed to sing because they will unlock Bantu people. Okay? And if you are unlocked, then there are those who are going to try to control it, to say, oh no, this person is crazy. This, you know, they're going to try to hide it. Okay? Oh no, this person has lost their mind. Okay, this is the game that the devil will always play. Because see, when you come back, you see, because I'm going to tell you, for example, my parents gave me the name Tremaine Bailey. That is not the name of the spirit that the Most High sent inside of me. So when it talks about in the scriptures, you will get a new name. You have to be called according to the name the Most High calls your spirit. Okay? When you are Muntu, when you are nZambi, and this is where the people who have hidden the truth, they know this. What you are calling your child in the physical realm is not what they're called in the spiritual realm at all. The soul that they receive, depending on what everybody think, oh, all the souls come from the true creator. False. They have made this up so that you would not activate, so that your soul would stay like this, dormant. So because when it comes to the Bakongo culture or the Bantu people, our souls are always supposed to be vibrating upright. This is why the Messiah said, you cannot follow the law carnally. Your soul is not connected to the Most High. This is what the Pharisees did back in the day to the chosen people then. They disconnected us from our spiritual father. And when he came back to reconnect us back, and he said, this is what the prophets were trying to help you to understand. You need to connect to the creator spiritually and physically with the law, like Moses was. Moses was connected both physically and spiritually. That's why he was trying to show people, and they have modified this, you cannot follow the law carnally. You have to follow the law in spirit. Okay? But in order to follow the law in spirit, you must have the law written on your heart. We're going to get to Lamilia, Jeremiah. Okay? And that's the whole issue of what they covered up. Not everybody has the law written on their hearts. So when we say sambu, 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 time for prayer, then we start our songs. And samba, 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 they think it's just a dance. No, it means prayer. Sambu prayer. Weezer, the covenant. Weezer, Sambula prayer. Prieto, Zambido, Zambido, the Almighty. Prieto, Zambido. Weezer, Sambula, Prieto, Zambido, Sambula, Prieto, Zambido. Weezer, Sambula, Prieto, Zambido, Sambula, Prieto, Zambido. Weezer, Sambula, Prieto, Zambido, Sambula, Prieto, Zambido. All praises. Remember, the song is in the public domain. It's not for redistribution. I do not own the copyrights, and it's not for any redistribution whatsoever. So, nZambi Sambula, Kembo, nZambi Sambula, the Almighty's prayer is what it's saying. nZambi Sambula. And so we would sing this song to open up the connection of the Manda, so we would begin to prophesy. And we would learn from the Most High, and he would become to teach us the way of what he wants. Okay? Now, Kintwadi, as we have learned, means togetherness, to have a sense of togetherness. When the scriptures say you cannot serve God and the mammon, okay, what you have to understand is, what that means is you have to be on one side or the other. But see, the reason why when you see Christians out here engaging in other activity that you know the Most High would frown upon, this is the delusion of the wine drinkers of the harlot. Because they have been given this mindset, and this comes from Cain, that, oh, well, I received Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, and I have my Bible, and I'm singing in church, and I'm doing these different things and whatever, okay? So they are assuming, it's an assumption that is being made that they are walking in righteousness, when this is completely false. That's why the Bantu people were supposed to teach the truth, but we messed up. The Most High has turned it over to the Gentiles, but he's like, they can't teach this because they don't know the Most High. So this is why the world is being led astray by not even understanding what Christianity is. Because of those who run the world, they know where it comes from. So, you know, you talk about people talking about, oh, African spirituality. People don't understand that Judaism, Islam, and Christianity come from Africa. Their origins are African. This is why you have to be careful when you say the real Messiah is African, because so was the false Messiah. He was also African. Because Cain was born in Africa. When it was one continent that they want to call Pangaea or whatever they want to call it, but it was called Embo, okay? Cain, the Garden of Eden was in Africa. And Cain was born there. He knows where the Mount Sioni is. He knows where all the holy places are that his stepbrother Seth congregated with to worship the nZambi. Okay? Nimrod was born in Africa, because at that time Babylon was in part of Africa. Okay? When you look at Kemi, what they call Kemet, because he followed the same rule as the King Kongo. The T is silent. Kemi. Okay? They call Mitzrayim. He was born in Africa. So Christianity, which goes its roots into Egyptian and Babylonian, is an African spirit. But it is mixed with Bantu spirituality, which is the nZambi, the Bena Isolele, Bena Yuda, combined. The Canaanite, like I said, it's Canaanite, Hittite, Jebusite, it's all these is Cain mixed with nZambi. Okay? This is the strongest delusion the world is under right now. Okay? So when we talk about Lamilia, Jeremiah 20, hold on, let me share the screen. That's why people don't understand that the white people took African spirituality and they embraced it as theirs. But they don't even know where it comes from because of how the people have been teaching it to them. Okay? And Yesuwe was born in Africa, but so was Nimrod. So was Cain. That's why you have to be careful when you keep saying, oh, African spirituality, African ancestors. Because see, Cain, hold on a second. How do you call it? Yeah. Sorry. All right. So Lamilia 31:33. Jeremiah. His name was not Jeremiah, but people can say whatever. Like I said, the J for Jesus came from the fact that the Church of England says, if these people don't call a different name than Jesus, they will know who we're talking about. That's why they had to whip Yesuwe out of us and Jesus into us. Yesuwe, no. They wouldn't even let us say the Yeshua that the Jewish people had changed with the H. It had to be Jesus. That was never his name. That Jesus is the name of Cain, masquerading as Mfumu Yesu Klistu Kuswa Kongo, the anointing of truth. This is King Kongo. The other version that they keep giving us, that white image, is Cain's image. Okay? So what the world does not understand is this: when it says you cannot serve God and Mammon, it means you cannot serve the Most High and Cain at the same time together. But now Cain has tricked his offspring in the spiritual world, because this is their spirit, okay, that they can now manifest both together. And this is how the world is operating today in the land of confusion, because that's why they don't see the satanic realm, because Cain was a magician. And that power gets transferred down through the lineage. Whenever you open sin, when you get Lucifer in there, you're going to get magic. When you get the Most High involved, you're going to get the real power of the Holy Spirit. That's the differences. One spirit is magic, the other spirit is real. Okay? You know, I was listening to this guy, and he kind of coded it, and I could tell it was a coded message. He talked about, oh, I had several different lives. Yeah, we're going to get into that. Because, see, the original spirit the Most High gives you starts from the beginning of when you start. That spirit can come back several times to do other things. What the people don't understand is the same goes for the Cain people. But he has convinced people that because they say, oh, reincarnation is satanic. You know why? Because if they don't say that, then the people of Cain will see who they are. So you don't investigate it. You don't investigate any of this stuff, and they call it satanic, because then you will see who really runs the world. Then you will see who's really in charge. Then you will wake up out of the trance that many people are under in the spiritual realm. You are in trances. So for the Muntu, the nZambi, the Bena Isolde, the Bakongo people, we go into a trance in anybody else's belief but Tata nZambi. Even though they may say Tata nZambi, they say King Kongo, if you go with the spirit of Baal, you are in a trance. Your power will not manifest the right way. Your power has to manifest in the spirit of King Kongo only. And the devil knows this. Okay? So that's why when we come teaching this truth, you will never make money. You will never be, people will think you're crazy. People will say, oh, that guy is worshiping the devil. And they don't even know who the devil is. The devil can be anybody. He can be the nice guy, always. And you think he's always mean. He made you think that. Okay? This is the covenant I will make with the people of Isolde after that time, declares the Lord. The Lord is Baal. L-O-R-D, that's an English word. It was not ours. Infumu is what we use as master. I will put my law in their minds and write it on their hearts. I will be their God, and they will be my people. Now, you need to understand, this is why replacement theology is garbage. The Most High never put the law on the minds and in the hearts of anybody but Abana and Saka and Yakubi descendants. So no Gentile can say that they can replace Jacob, because the law is not here and the law is not here. But the problem is, in order for the law from here and here to activate, you have to be in the spirit. And that's when the law works the right way. So you can sing in church and you can do whatever all day long, but if it's not activated here and here, you're not connected. This is where the Pharisees, if they say they hide the keys to the kingdom, yes, they have done this again. And they have lied to the people about who can connect to the Most High and who cannot, because they are getting the money from the deception. They are using the ignorant, foolish people who they have controlled for centuries into believing what they have taught them with the spell casting that comes from the book of Moloch, which is the book of the dead. Okay? The Muntu, as I said, there was a holy book in the past and there was a holy book in the future. But that holy book is a reference to the spiritual book that comes into you. So the law, so that's why when you listen to even like the Hebrew Israelites and other groups, and you listen to Christians, they talk about the law. They don't understand. The law cannot be activated in someone who doesn't have the covenant, the Weezer, as they sang. That's why we couldn't sing that song no more. Okay? Because you will activate. That's why people don't understand that anybody that the Most High chooses can do this. Revelations 3:12. I am coming soon. Hold fast that you have, so that no one will take your crown. Okay, let's help to understand this. The King Kongo all have crowns. The children of all the righteous lineage from Setu all have crowns. The heathen have halos. We talked about this. The people who come from the spirit of Cain, as anybody who worship Cain as their god, which is what happened after the flood happened. There were those who stayed with nZambi and Pungu, and there were those who went to Cain in spirit. And what this did is it separated the earth into crowns and halos. So then the halo god would come around and deceive everybody in the different forms that he was the Most High, when he really wasn't. And the crown god would be the one you have to focus on. Okay? So when he's talking to the Philippi, it's Philippi. Philadelphia actually comes from another word. It was actually Philip's church, Philippi. Okay? As it coming soon, hold fast, the one who overcomes, because this church was named after Philippi. Okay? The one who overcomes, I will make him a pillar of the nZambi of the Mfumu. We never said temple of my God. Once again, replacement theology is garbage. The language changes make it messed up. People say, oh, it's different languages, it doesn't matter. Oh, it matters. If it didn't matter, they wouldn't have stripped it out of us. They let you keep speaking your King Kongo when we got here. They lie. Okay? Upon him, I will write the name of my God and the name of the city of my God, Salama, Yerusalem, that comes down out of the heavens. This is why I keep trying to tell people, stop letting people tell you the temple is here in the physical. King Kongo has to bring the temple down. So anybody who's telling you, oh yeah, we are the temple of God, we are the church, the building, they lie. Okay? That's why you have the third temple already built and people don't even know who did it. Okay? It says, I'm coming soon. So here's how it works. How does your crown get stolen? How does your crown get stolen? It goes back to what it says in 2 Corinthians 11. I talked about this before, but we're going to drive it home. Because, see, you cannot get, your crown cannot be activated when you're worshiping Cain. That's why your soul is not lifted up like you think. It's all emotion. It's not real. Because the devil can make emotions seem real when it's not real. I'll go to King James, but you know, we know how that goes. Paul and the false prophets. For I can, as Paulo, that's where you get polo from, actually. So when you play the game of polo, that's mocking Paul, by the way. For I consider that I am not at all inferior to the most eminent apostle, even though I am unrestrained in speech, yet I am not in knowledge, but we have been thoroughly manifested among you in all things. Did I commit sin in humbling myself that you might be exalted? Because I preached the gospel of he preached the gospel of Tata nZambi, not the heathens, not this modified version that they think they're preaching. And to the free of charge, I robbed other churches. Now I'm going to show you something about this. I'm going to tell you what the IRS is. And I'm going to show you that this is what they do in all countries. Wherever you're paying taxes, you're robbing the Most High. They just aren't telling that. Because the taxes are being charged by Cain, by the false Messiah, by, you know, the beast system. This is where tax is coming from. So anybody, this is even for people like my father, okay? Anybody that's collecting taxes is Sola before he became Paula. And actually, the government is doing the part to enforce it, like the way they ran around and they beat up people who didn't pay their taxes, okay? So you are rendering unto what is Caesar, what is Caesar's around the whole world. And Caesar, which comes from the Kuswa, as we learned, is Nimrod, is Cain. So when you're paying taxes to Cain. And he is robbing the nZambi of Tata nZambi, of King Kongo. Okay? That is why when churches want to be tax exempt, they have rules to follow when they're 501c3. You cannot preach this, you cannot talk about this, you cannot talk about that. Boom. Why? Because then you're going to expose the fact that you work for Cain. This is why they control the colleges and the theological schools about what these people can preach and how they learn and who thinks who's who and how, because see, the Khazarian Empire, who come from Yapeta, okay, Ashkenaz is the children of Yapet, has taken the place of the Banabetu. They have taken this and said, we are Jacobi, and the Banabetu, who the Most High sent into captivity, they are the Gentiles, when we never were. The Bakongo, the Benanzambi, the Bena Isolde, the Banabetu, we are not the heathens. They lied about this. We made Tata nZambi mad because we argued about the physical and the spiritual temple again. When I just showed you, King Kongo said the spiritual temple will come down. Okay? And this is what has created the problem. Even throughout colonization, they are colonizing people with an African spiritual religion called Kemet. All it is Egypt. All it is Nimrod. He was Osiris. Okay, dumb down people again, coming back to reclaim all the 12 all the tribes of Noka, to build the tower all over again, calling it Christianity, which is really the worship of him. Christianity is the worship of Nimrod, pretending to be Yesiah, Ifumuyisu, okay? Pretending to be him, okay? So Islam is the 2.0 of that, because it's still not him. And Muhammad is not his prophet. Again, that was to bring Ishmael into this, who was cut off from Abana and Saka Yakubi. Okay? And Yaoundé and the Judaism is the Hittites claiming to be, with Esau, claiming to be Banabetu. Okay? But all of this took place because Bantu people said, we don't want to do the Most High's way. We want to do it our way again. Okay? So now the world is messed up with strong delusions of something that is not real. The world is spiritually dead in many places because the Cain seed has cursed the land. Okay. And when I was present with you and in need, I was burdened to no one. For what I lacked, the brethren who came from Macedonia and supplied, and everything I kept myself from being burdensome to you. So I will keep myself as the truth of Klistu. When he didn't say Krestos, because he knew Krestos at that time was the sorcerer. It was the pig god that Rome was praying to slaughtering to. In me, no one shall stop me from this boasting in the region of Kia. Why? Because I do I not love you? Tata nZambi knows. He didn't say God knows. He never called him God. No way. Because the God comes from the dog God. But what I do will also continue to do that I've cut off the opportunity from those who desire the opportunity to be regarded. Okay? And no wonder if Satan himself transformed himself into an angel of light. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also transform themselves into the ministers of righteousness, whose end will be according to their works. And that's what happened to the 7 churches. And you think they fixed it, and it did not get fixed. It got worse. That's why he even had to say, for if he who comes, or she, because there's women teaching too, who preaches another Yesuwe. He said Yesuwe, but it would have been Jesus, as they say. I told you why they said this name, whom we have not preached. So what he's trying to show, see, the churches are lying to you because all the 7 churches are still perverted with the false spirit of Jezebel and of Lilith and of Nimrod and Cain, masquerading as Tata nZambi. That's why you see no preacher raising the dead, because they cannot. Okay? They don't have power to raise the dead because they're dead already. They're using sorcery. Okay? They're being taught sorcery. And that's why people don't see this. Okay? So now, when it says, the other Jesus started to be preached 1900 plus years ago, when the sorcerer said, I am Jesus Christus, the pig god. And these disciples here, they're sorcerers. Because you cannot buy the manna velada. He tried to buy the manna semi, and you cannot do that. Okay? So now, King Kongo, Tata nZambi and Pungu is going to show us that when, in order to be in his presence, you'll have to be the name according to what he calls you in spirit. Let's go to Revelation 2. I'll do this version better. Unto the Maleki of the Ecclesia of Ephesus. He didn't say Ephesus. All this Greek stuff that they translated into is garbage. The Most High don't see it. You can say Greek, Roman, whatever. He does not see this. That's why the Bantu people still kept talking the language, but they covered it up. These things said he that holdeth the 7 stars in his right hand. Who has the right? Who's this? Who are the 7 stars? Maleki Kongo. Who walketh in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks. Okay, the lampstand. This is why we're trying to tell you. The 7 churches, it doesn't matter what they call themselves today. They're still there. Mormonism, whatever you call it, is still part of the Church of Laodicea. And all of these churches were handed over to Simon Toko. However, he even warned that there's perversion of my church, of what I'm teaching here. Okay? They will always try to infiltrate whatever the Most High brings in truth. And they started that even before any of us were born. Even when he was Cain, they were infiltrating. Okay? I know thy works and thy labor and thy patience, and thou cannot bear them, and which are evil. And thou hast tried them which they say they are apostles and are not, and hast found them liars. How do you try an apostle to find out if he's telling the truth or if he's a liar? How do you do this? Because if they're not connected to the righteous scribe, they are false. This is why I said, if you are not connected to Hanoka, you are not talking to Tata nZambi. If you are not connected to the Mfumu Yahweh Congo, and you're not, and Kuswa Congo is not here, if Mfumu Yesuwe is not here, you're not talking to Tata nZambi. Baloney. They know this. Okay? And has borne and has patience for my name's sake, has labored and has not fainted. Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love. Who is your first love? Oh, Jesus Christ? No. King Kongo, Tata nZambi. That's who they left. Who's the one that loves us? The Most High Yah Congo. That's why he sent Kuswa Congo in the first place. The people, the Khazars took the original scriptures and they destroyed it, and they taught the Gentiles Cain, and they never stopped. Okay? And has borne and has patience. Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee. Remember, therefore, from whence thou art fallen, and repent, and do not the first works, or else I will come quickly. Well, they didn't. This church never repented. That's why he gave them until he came. He said, okay, none of y'all going to put it back the way it's supposed to be. Okay? We attempted to do this when he brought us back to the kingdom of Congo, and we messed up again. The Bakongo people, the Bena nZambi, the Bena Isolele, their responsibility was to fix these churches. Well, we didn't. We rejoined it. And that's what messed everything up. And this is what they're covering up. Okay? But thou hast hated the deeds of the Nicolaitans, which also I had, okay, because they were sacrificing to Lilith in the form of the goddess Nike, as we know that. Now, burning things. Okay? You don't have, the goddess Nike is a demon. He that hath an ear to hear, let him hear in spirit the Mwanda. Into the Ecclesiae or the nZambi, it's really nZambi. To him that overcometh, I will give to eat of the tree of life, which is what we now understand is called Yalam Kuvu. But here's how it works. You cannot eat of the tree of life if you have made an oath to Baal. No way. And you cannot eat of the tree of life when you continue to worship Baal. No way. That's why Bantu people's spirit stays low, especially if we sin. And see, they have turned it to where lust has only to do with sexual immorality, when that is bullcrap. Lust is the desire of the heart for anything that goes against the Creator period. I've even seen a sign that says, oh, if you have problem with lust, Jesus can fix it. I'm like, Nimrod can't do jack because he created the problem. That Jesus is, Cain ain't going to fix your demon of lust. Okay? When it comes to a muntu, no way. They want the muntu lusting so that he will get power. Get up out of here. And it's not, like I said, it's not just sexual. This is why they created a world where your eyes see what you want. They did this on purpose. Okay? So what I was going to go down to verse 17 where it says, he that hath an ear, let him hear what this one that said unto the nZambi, to him that overcometh, I will give eat of the hidden manna, the hidden manna. See, this is why I try to tell people, look, you don't have to always go somewhere to learn about it. And when I was there, this is what was happening to me. I was eating of the hidden manna. Because see, King Kongo, and I've said this to people forever and a day, he was there in the beginning from all of these people here who came even after that. He was already there. He was the word. Monongongo, okay, as the song says, Monongongo, oh, Yesuwe, Monongongo, okay? He was already with the Most High in the beginning. Okay? So he's seen everything, just like he saw the garden, he saw everything happen, he saw the witch and everybody doing their stuff. Okay? I will give to eat, and I will give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name is written, with no man knoweth save he that receiveth it. So if somebody come telling you, okay, oh, my new name, this is Christians themselves. You go ask them, did you receive your new name? Oh, no, they say, I don't get that until I die. Liars. Your new name can be given to you while you yet live. To overcome means they keep singing a song, oh, I'm an overcomer, I'm an overcomer. Then what is your name? This is the concept of how you hide things from people who don't know what the heck is going on. Okay? Because you're never going to receive a new name as a Baal worshiper. Never. Now, he may give you a name, but it won't resonate with the Most High. Okay? That's the reason why when it talks about the seeds, the only people that will receive their new name are those who are chosen from the beginning. Those that they already knew would be written in the book, and those who they know would not be written in the book. And those who become like Messiah, they carry his name. They don't even know that. So when people go say, oh, well, it's the Jesus, they sing this song, it's the Jesus in you, it's the Jesus in me. I'm going to show you how stupid Black people have become over the years to believe that Jesus, that the one that the slave master gave you, is the Messiah. It's bullcrap. They don't know him. If you go, why you think they're trying to hide all the history now of what they did? You don't even know the happen. They've changed so much history. Sorry, the thing. They've changed so much history, and they're teaching you so many lies. They can't even get them straight anymore. That what they taught you, oh yeah, is it okay? Oh, you messed up. You weren't supposed to tell them that. Now everything's coming out for those who are paying attention. See, they got you so busy with your head down working that you don't look up. Oh, I got chains on. What the heck's going on here? But they said I was free. Like I showed somebody the name Cain, you put an H, you get chain. The ball and chain comes from Cain because he is ball. Okay? Ball and chain is Cain. You cannot be free to worship the Most High in spirit and in truth attached to Cain. No way. That's why we have to, and when we sin against the Most High, the whole concept of repentance is for him to break the connection of Cain over your life. Okay. I was going to read it in King Kongo because this is how it really would have been. Wanso Ununganga, that's where the word gang comes from, by the way. Monosia Kumvanga Tungwa Muvala Dianzambi Ami Yande Kabutuki Vaika Nkutu Yamono si Yosonina Sika Vayandi Nkumbu. Now, if it's not pure Kikongo, I know that, but it's close. nZambi Ami Yakumbu Ambanza nZambi. Ambanza nZambi. That's why the city was called Umbanza Kongo. Umbanza means city of the Almighty, Ami, Yerusalem, Salem, Diampa, Diakulumuka, Tuka Mzulu, Munzambi Ami, Ye Unkumbu Ami Yampa. Ever heard of the word Yampa before? I've seen this word in, I've actually, there's a street in Colorado Springs called Yampa. People are horrible. Okay. Mbanza nZambi, the city of the Almighty. You cannot, this is why they gave us new names. You cannot be called this name anymore. You have to change it. Why? Because the name that you had gives you the connection to the city of the Most High. So they've tricked the Christian world to say you could just name your child whatever you want, when it's a lie. Your child cannot just be named whatever you pick out of a book. That name, we had names that resonated with the Creator himself. Okay? But your new name was connected to the completion of your work of overcoming the sins. This is what allows you to resonate in the spirit of nZambi and Pungutulendo so that you can actually function at a higher frequency than the rest of the world. Melanin plays a role, but melanin is not always the truth. Because not everybody who's melanated is talking to King Kongo. It's a lie. They're still talking to Nimrod. He can come in any form. He was black, now he became white. That's why anybody that's not teaching the right way is going to keep turning it into the race thing. The race war is being done on purpose, so that the Bantu people don't connect properly. Because you cannot fight Cain carnally, you have to fight Cain in the spirit. That's what the Messiah was talking about. Cain wants you to fight carnally, not spiritually. Now, does that mean the Most High can't use his enemies to fight each other? Of course not. He's doing that right now. That's why the Christians and the Muslims are fighting each other. Tata nZambi's doing that. He's saying you Baal worshippers going to fight each other. So they're going to continue to do that. Because this is not who they're talking to. This is not who's in their heart. They don't know who King Kongo is. The false Messiah has been deceiving everybody. That's why you don't even know who the Antichrist is. They keep giving you different names and whatnot. And I was for a while, I was like, okay, I don't get it. I see this person, that person, they're telling me. The Most High said, no. Anybody who's worshiping Cain is against me. That's the false Messiah. It doesn't matter if they know or not. Okay. So what we need to realize is, in order to have the Ungolo or power, and this is why Africa was very important, because this was our home, because we were given the land that belonged to Cain, who was in the form of Canaan, who moved to Northeast Africa, what they call the Middle East, after the Most High booted them out, and they relocated and started making things up there, and then we showed up again and put a city up there, okay? This is the type of stuff that kept happening. Whenever we would have to move somewhere or go somewhere, we would put up a Salem, our home. We would make a replica of our home. And they would come and destroy them so people wouldn't know, because it's all designed the same way. The one that would have you build it according to the specifications of what it should be. Okay? Now, Tata nZambi, has given us the ability to restore ourselves. But this is where the enemy runs his interference. He said, I am going to make you be jealous of him and her, and jealousy and jealousy and jealousy. Why? Because then that makes us not have the kintwadi that belongs. And that allows you not to see that there are those who are calling themselves from the Most High when they are not, when he did not send them. And then you have those who the Most High has called, and they're not being at peace with one another because they're not understanding the Most High can use different people for different things. Knowledge does not make you from the Most High. Lack of knowledge can destroy you, but remember, even the devil was there from the beginning, knows the knowledge. So he can use it to trick you. Okay? That's why Tata nZambi says, question every spirit if they come from me. Because the knowledge doesn't make them from me, the spirit does. And the Bakongo people, the nZambi, the Bene Izolele, we can only rise in spirit when we know the truth. But the world doesn't know the truth because they have been taught by liars. That's why they go along and they just go and they participate in whatever and they do whatever and they think it looks good and it's all for the community and whatever and all this other stuff. And they're learning demonic stuff unawares. You're saying demonic names unawares. You're bringing curses upon your own house and you don't even see it. Because in order to see the curses, you got to have the spiritual eyes open, not just the carnal eyes. Then you will see who you're talking to. You know, I had a conversation with some folks already about this. I'm like, hey, you know, this is why I listen to Bantu music all day long, because what it does, the Bantu music, and I'm singing it, I may not understand every word, but the manna's unlocking different things. The manna is starting to flow as long as I have done enough to purge. This is why the enemy wants to keep us in and out of sin all day long, in and out of sin all day long. Why? Because in the environments that we live in, the tares are there messing it up. They're only giving you some of the truth, but then they give you a lie. You got to discern the lies. Wait a minute, that don't sound right. What? You got to be like Nehemiah. Hey, the Most High didn't tell me to do that. Who's talking to me here? Okay. The true believer. We're going to talk about this. Abana. He wasn't a temple builder, an idol builder, because he was forced to do so because his father was blind. Remember, Nimrod tried to kill this man. Just like anybody, that's why do you think Ishmael tried to kill Isaac? Anybody that's going to manifest the power of the Most High, they're going to try to kill you. Always. Once Abana went into the temple of the idols of his father in his father's house to bring sacrifices to them. And he found one of them, I'm not going to say the name, you can say it by name. Now, this demon is still here. This demon is actually the God of the United States of America. Yeah. This God is the God of the Canadians. This God is still the God of the what do you call them? The British, the Germans, the French, the Italians, the Mexicans, and the South. This God is still there. Okay. By name, human out of stone, and lying prostrate on his face before the iron god of Nahor. Now remember, this is the Bantu grand people. Nahor is our grandfather. So let me tell you what happens. The manna's even flowing with this. You become like him in every religion, including Christianity, when you reject the Abantuwe. So this spirit of deception remains upon you like what happened to Abana's father. The idol was too heavy for him to raise alone, and he called his father to help him put this thing back in its place. While they were handling the image, his head dropped off, and Nahor's a brother, I forgot. Terah's our grandfather. I'm sorry. Nahor is our brother. He's the brother of Abana, and this is Tela. It would have been Tela, not Terah. They always put that R in there because they worship Ra. So they make sure they sneak it in there, like the Torah and all this other stuff. That Ra name is going to be in there. So you keep calling on the false sun god. Tela. Now it makes sense why the person's called a teller. in the bank. I'm sure that's where it comes from. Tulah took the stone and chiseled another, setting his head first upon a new one. Then Tulah continued and made 5 more gods, and all these delivered to Abana and bade sell them to the streets of the city. Abana saddled his mule. Oh, wait a minute. Mules just existed. I told you they've done had the mule. That's the head. Okay. Eventually, that's the head that would become the head of Esau when he becomes Seth. See, the mule and the donkey is always the way they mock Bantu people, boy. Ugh. Saddled his mule. So they mixed horses and donkeys back then. Hello. He went to the inn where merchants from Fandana. Now it makes sense why they put an inn in the Bible when that's not what happened with the original Messiah's parents. In Syria, put up to Engipiti, Egypt. He knew these places. That's why they lying about the fact that in Genesis, they said in a land that you would not understand. The Bantu people knew how to speak Egyptian. So they lying about that. The children of Isolele, Israel, they already knew how to speak Egyptian languages. So that could not have counted as the 400 years. We knew how to speak Egyptian. They lying to people. He hoped to dispose of the wares when he reached the inn, and the sound of the sound of the mule frightened the mule so that he ran off in pell-mell and broke all 3 of the idols. The merchants not only bought 2 idols from him, they also gave him the price of the broken ones. See, these people are always buying these idols. It sound familiar? For Abana had told him how distressed he was appear after his father with less money than expected to receive after his handiwork. This incident made Abana reflect upon the worthlessness of idols and said to himself, what are these evil things done by my father? So he was beginning, so this is the issue in the Bantu truth. What you're realizing is, wait a minute, my parents are like Tulah, and they're worshiping worthless idols. What is the evil that they're doing? But here's what the world has been taught. No, these idols that were worthless, that he is chiseling, they have now become your Christian God. This is what has happened. They have become your Muslim God. They are definitely the gods of the Khazars, Judaism. These are who they pray to. And you think it's the Tata nZambi Mpungu. No, sir. Okay? So then he says, is not the God of gods, is not he the God of gods? For do they not come into being by reason of his carving and chiseling and contriving? So he's realizing who is the real God of gods right now. Because the Most High can mold things, okay, with his hands. Okay? Were it not merely seemingly that they should pay worship to him than to them? And see, this is why him and Nimrod got into it. Because these were Nimrod's gods. So here's what you don't understand. When you say, I receive Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior in the Christian churches, you are connecting yourself to these same gods that Abana is talking about. But they're not telling you that. Because this is Nimrod and his gods. Okay? The Bantu people, that's why they're lying about what happened in the Kingdom of Congo. Because we already knew that the Roman Catholic Church was connected to all of these gods, and that's why we were not talking to them. We separated from them. We're like, hey, you messing up the churches here. The Ecclesia, hey, we're not supposed to be bowing down to none of these. And see, all of these gods now were what the Roman gods and the pagan and the Greek gods and everything. These are the same gods. Okay? And they don't understand. The Europeans never stopped worshiping their pagan gods. They have been lied to. Their pagan gods became the Bantu god, masquerading. So you think that King Congo and Sol Invictus are the same, and it's not. This is what Rome did. And then you've been made to think, oh, when we protested against Rome, we put King Kongo back. No, you did not, because you don't even know who that is. Sol Invictus is still there. Because that's what Rome did. They removed King Congo and they put Jupiter Sol Invictus as King Congo. And that's what created the Church of Laodicea to become perverted, lukewarm. They replaced King Congo with Sol Invictus. And that's where the people who have been lying to you are not telling you that. That's what happened with the church of Ephesus. You forgot your first love. Who's your first love? King Kongo. But then they made us believe King Kongo's a demon. Of course. Because if you don't think that, then now you connect back to the power. Okay? So as you can see, the true believer, Abana believed in King Kongo, Tata, nZambi, and Pungo in spirit and in truth. This is why the angels would say to him, Asalama Maleki Kongo. And he would respond, Maleki Kongo Salama. They're not saying it right in Islam. Which would be, peace to be unto you, brother of truth, peace be unto you. The angels cannot see you as brothers of truth or sisters of truth if you are worshiping Baal. Your crown is stolen by him when you break the law, statutes, and commandments of Tata, nZambi. They know that. And so now, when they have stolen your crown, then they receive the inheritance. And this is why you will find turmoil that continues to persist in Black families, because we are not supposed to be seeking the wealth that comes from Baal. We are supposed to be seeking the knowledge of King Kongo, Tata, nZambi, and Pungo Tulendo. And that's why you have to chase the bag all of a sudden, like everybody else. When we didn't have to chase nothing. You didn't have to chase after anybody's wealth because it was already there. Now you have the curse of Esau. He got to go chasing the money. Like Cain. The Bayete Solele didn't have to chase nothing. The Most High would bring it. As long as we were doing the righteous path. You didn't have to go hunt. The hunt would come to you. These people have been lied to. You didn't have to go to the supermarket. Your land was the supermarket. And you shared that we were supposed to share Wakanda. Hey, family, I share my. That's what he wanted. If somebody had less, you help them. Okay? That's why the person who had the least, oh, I don't have a lot, Father, but was counted as great. Because he would give all of what he had. Oh, Father, I found the kingdom. Oh, let me have this. The world does not get it. The imposter will always make you sell everything and you make them rich. Instead of everybody being rich. The Messiah said, no, everybody who is my kingdom will prosper and have wealth. So you don't need to worry about the financial aspects of it. The Most High got it covered. But you must do your work in order to receive it. That's why you're always going to run into problems with Tata nZambi when you are scamming people, when you are doing things that he did not say, and when you are doing things that are causing people to catch demons on their life that are not supposed to be there. This is what the sorcerer will do. The sorcerer will cause you to know the truth about a lot of things about the Most High. But then you will attach demons to yourself that don't belong there because his world is not pure. Like they're telling you. Remember, this guy could do anything. He could shapeshift into anybody. He could do things like you wouldn't, like, whoa, what is this guy doing here? But you got to make sure, is this coming from the Mwanda? Because see, in Fumu Yisu don't have to change into nobody to prove who he is. No, I'm the same person. Hey, okay? Does that mean his spirit doesn't fall upon people? No. But that doesn't mean he is not the same person that said, when you see me, you've seen the Father. A true believer of the Most High, King Kongo, Tata nZambi, and Pungu, does not need to prove the Most High. The Most High will reveal himself to those he chooses to reveal himself to. It's his choice, nobody else's. He makes the decision on who he chooses to reveal himself to and who he chooses not to reveal himself to. And he also makes the decision on whom he chooses to use and whom he chooses not to use. But that doesn't mean they are from the Most High because he used a donkey. Okay? We must understand in this time, especially now, we have been under the biggest delusion ever. The church was already apostate when the Bakongo people went back to Rome, and the protest never fixed it. They still worshiping Sol Invictus and not King Kongo, as they sitting there mocking him all day long as the gorilla, and you don't even know. The Christian churches did not remove Sol Invictus and put King Kongo back. No, the Jesuits made sure of that. And so did the elites. Nobody's talking to King Kongo, okay, unless King Kongo is talking to you. That's why the devil has deceived the whole world. You think he's King Kongo and he's not. You think you're praying to King Kongo and you're not. You don't even know who King Kongo is. You think he's a demon. So be it. That's what they're doing. Tata nZambi's like, if you think I'm a demon, so be it. Tata Kongo will never make you do something, okay? He will never make you do something wicked if you are righteous. You're going to do wicked things when you're reprobate-minded. When you put the creation above King Kongo, boom, your mind is jacked up. That's why he talks about saying a double-minded person is unstable in all their ways. That's why it requires a renewing of your mind and your spirit and your soul regularly while we are scattered among the heathen. The Bakongo people, the nZambi, the Bene Isolele, the Banabetu, we were never the heathen. They're lying to the world because we chose to once again go the way of the heathen. That was a mistake. And we let the God of the heathen trick us to argue against the Most High. Just like what happened in the days of Noah happened again. When the seed of Cain and Setu and all the others were arguing, wait a minute, whose God is this? And Methuselah was out there like, hey, this is not King Kongo. I don't know who you're talking. That's not him. But they wouldn't listen. And even Noah was like, hey, this is not King Kongo. And they thought they were crazy. They judged the gods of the Cain. And then the flood came and it was over. But then it started again. I guess what is it? Before and after. You are in the days of Noah. You are in the days of Noah. You are in the days. You are Cain. Once again, masquerading. If you don't understand that King Kongo is who they were preaching. That is who Paul was preaching. That's who the real disciples were preaching. They were not preaching Cain on the cross. No, sir. Jesus Christus was Cain in spirit. They were doing it. They were preaching about Mfumo Yesu Kuswa Kongo. Okay? This is what the world doesn't get. All right? Okay, Wakanda, I'm going to stop there and allow you to digest. Because, see, there have been people asking me, well, how do I reconnect? You have to put King Kongo right here and right here. You don't put King Kongo here and here, then you might as well be talking to Satan all day long. The world doesn't even know this. That's why they just go and keep doing, and ignorance makes them happy. You can be happy ignorant. You have ignorant intelligence because all of the knowledge that comes from the root, the tree of good and evil is Cain. All of the knowledge that comes from Yalankuvu, the tree of light, is Kuswa Kongo. However, you have to discern, did Kuswa Kongo put this person or did he not? He's responsible for sending out the proper spirits. He's above the Maleki Kongo. He has the authority. Okay? Ah, Tata nZambi, Tata nZambi, Kembona, Tata nZambi, Tata nZambi, Kembo, Tata nZambi, Bayete Kosia, Kembo, Tata nZambi, Kembo, Tata nZambi, Kembo, Tata nZambi, Bayete Kosia. Mfumu na mfumu, King Kongo na mfumu, Tata nZambi bete nkosi, Tata nZambi, King Kongo, Tata nZambi, Ngomo, Tata nZambi, Kongo, Tata nZambi, Bayete nkosi. Tata nZambi Kembo, Tata nZambi Kembo, Tata nZambi Mfumu yabe Kongo, Mfumu yabe Kongo, Tata nZambi Soni na nini, Nkulu nkulu, Modimo Tata nZambi, Nkulu nkulu, Soni na nini Yepoa, Yepowa Tata nZambi. Hallelujah. Kimbo. All right. So, and Zola Quingi, love you very much. And Sambololo, until the next Sambuadi, we come humbly once again, and hopefully this week I'll come with more. I don't know, we'll see. But like I said, none of these gods have gone anywhere. This is all who King Kongo was casting out. And even when he had to say you had to fast and pray, that was the demon of lust. You have to fast and pray for that demon. Because the reality is that demon is more than just what people think. You have been conditioned. It's about sexual immorality. It's also about your way you think as a person, your own thought. When it says, lean not on your own understanding. When you lean on your own understanding, the demon of lust is there. That's how it works. That's what causes you to commit adultery, which is more than just cheating on your wife, but cheating on the original lover, your first love. And when we say it like that, it's not supposed to mean anything derogatory. It's the fact that the Bena Isolele are supposed to be the wife of King Kongo, as well as the children. And we have gone astray because of the false Ngungudi, Cain. Okay. So when we have wicked shepherds, they were listening to Cain's spirit and not the Most High Spirit. And now we're scattered among the people who don't see him, even though his images are everywhere and they're not seeing it. They are worshiping the beast already. They just don't know it. Bakongo people are never supposed to worship the beast. The Bena nZambi, the Bena Isolde, the Bayuda, the Negroes who come from the Congo kingdom, which is here among you. The kingdom of Congo is here and all around you. I see it all the time when I see the people that's different than me. I can see Shaitani's kingdom versus the Most High's kingdom all day long. You got to know how to see it. But the world is deceived. Ingita, hallelujah.